Ladies, my sisters in grace and wisdom, come closer. There's a secret hidden in plain sight, whispered through the pages of time, a secret that glows in the olive groves of the Holy Land. They called it the oil of gladness, but today I call it the timeless beauty secret heaven left for you. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe and watch this video till the very end going, because what I'm about to share may just renew your strength and your shine. My sisters, the secret isn't lost. It's waiting in your kitchen. Take it, use it, and let your light return, brighter than ever before. Before you go, subscribe to this channel going, because we have many more ancient truths to uncover together. And stay till the end, because your next blessing might just be one video away. In ancient times, olive oil was more than a drop of gold. It was the breath of blessings itself. The people of the Holy Land knew its power. They crushed the olives with care, pressed them with reverence, and lifted that shimmering oil to the heavens as an offering. It was not just for food. No, it was for favor. They anointed kings with it, declaring them chosen. They poured it upon prophets, marking them with divine purpose. It was the sign of sanctity, a sacred seal of strength. And among those ancient women, the mothers of faith, the keepers of wisdom, olive oil flowed through their daily lives like a quiet miracle. They used it to heal, to cleanse, to bless, to shine. Long before creams and cosmetics filled the shelves, they knew the secret that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. That nature holds more grace than any glass bottle can promise. When a woman in those days touched the oil, she was not chasing beauty. She was embracing holiness. Every drop carried the warmth of the sun, the patience of the soil, and the faith of those who believed that God's gifts were enough. The oil was not vanity. It was vitality. It was a way to honor the body as a vessel of light going. Imagine the quiet glow of candlelight flickering across her face as she anoints her skin after a long day. The world around her might have been weary, the tasks endless, but that moment, that gentle touch of oil upon her brow was sacred. It whispered to her soul, "You are chosen. You are worthy. You are still radiant." And that same oil, that same ancient gift still waits for you. It sits humbly in your kitchen, unassuming yet powerful, holding the same energy that once crowned kings and soothed prophets. The olive oil of the Bible was not reserved for temples or altars. It was meant for you, to restore, to renew, to remind you that divine beauty is not lost with age. It grows richer, deeper, more luminous with every passing year. So when you reach for that golden bottle, do not think of it as just something to cook with. Think of it as a bridge, a connection between you and the wisdom of women who walked before you, who found strength in simplicity, and who knew that the Creator had already placed every secret of beauty within His creation. That is the hidden truth wrapped in every drop. A truth as old as Scripture, as real as your reflection. You were made to shine, and olive oil is heaven's quiet way of helping you remember. There comes a time in every woman's life when she looks in the mirror and wonders where the years have gone. The reflection looking back carries memories, laughter, tears, wisdom, and love, and perhaps a few lines that were not there before. But let me tell you, those lines are not cracks. They are the handwriting of life itself. Yet even as time writes its stories upon our faces, nature offers a way to soften its ink. and one of its greatest gifts is olive oil. For centuries, women of the Mediterranean have known this quiet secret. Long before luxury creams and high-end serums they would dip their fingertips into this golden liquid and massage it gently into their skin. It was their ritual of reverence, their act of self-love. Science now reveals what faith and tradition always knew, that olive oil is a miracle wrapped in simplicity, rich in antioxidants, blessed with vitamin E, and overflowing with healing fats. It shields the skin from dryness, restores elasticity, and breathes life back into the places that time tried to fade. When olive oil touches the skin, it does more than moisturize. It whispers to every cell, wake up, remember your glow. It nourishes the very fabric of you, mending what stress and sunlight may have taken. It seeps into the lines and fine traces of time and fills them with light, not illusion, but true radiance born of nature. Imagine the soft gleam on your face as you gently warm a few drops in your palms and press them onto your skin. Feel the richness sink in. Not heavy, not greasy, but tender like the touch of sunlight at dawn. This is not about chasing youth. It's about celebrating grace. The olive tree itself lives for hundreds of years, enduring storms, bearing fruit even in hard soil, and its oil carries that same enduring spirit. When you anoint your skin with it, you're sharing in that story of resilience. Your beauty does not vanish with age, it transforms, it becomes deeper, calmer, more rooted. Olive oil helps your skin tell that truth softly. It brings back that soft glow on your cheeks, that subtle shimmer that says, I have lived, I have loved, and I am still radiant. It does not erase the years, it blesses them. When each drop carries the warmth of the sun that kissed the olive tree, the patience of the farmer who tended it, and the whisper of the earth that birthed it, it carries strength, serenity, and timeless grace. Everything a woman deserves to feel when she looks at herself in the mirror. So when you reach for that small bottle, don't see it as something ordinary. See it as a quiet companion in your journey. A keeper of youth, not in appearance alone, but in spirit. Because every time you touch it to your skin, you are saying, I honor myself. I honor the years that shaped me, and I choose to glow. Still, there is a quiet strength that lives within every woman. A strength that has carried her through heartbreak and healing. Through laughter and loss, through days when the world felt too heavy and nights when hope was just a whisper. But as the years unfold, that strength sometimes feels slower, softer, going as though the body itself forgets the rhythm it once knew. And yet, in that slowing, there is an invitation to nourish not only the soul, but the vessel that carries it. That is where olive oil becomes more than a beauty secret. It becomes a source of sustenance, a gentle guardian from the inside out. For generations, it has been known as liquid gold, not because of its color, but because of its power to heal, to protect, to sustain life itself. When taken daily, a spoonful in the morning, simple and sacred, it begins to work quietly, restoring what time and stress may have taken away. It strengthens the heart, keeping its rhythm steady and true. It soothes tired joints, letting movement become graceful once again, like a dance that never truly ends. It nourishes the body from within, coating every cell in protection and peace. Science now confirms what the wise women of old already knew, that the fats in olive oil are not to be feared, but celebrated. They are the kind of fats that love the heart, calm inflammation, and give energy that does not fade going. There is something deeply spiritual in that simple act of taking a spoonful each morning. It's not just nutrition, it's a declaration. A declaration that says, I am still here. I am still strong. I am still becoming. The oil travels through the body like a prayer, quiet, consistent, powerful, touching every part that needs renewal. It reminds the heart to beat steady, the bones to stay firm, the skin to stay soft, the spirit to stay kind. When you nourish yourself from within, you are not just feeding the body, you are restoring balance. And that balance shows in the glow of your skin, the steadiness of your step, the calmness in your voice. Olive oil does not only make you look better, it helps you feel whole again. Imagine beginning each day with that simple ritual. The golden spoon, the deep breath, the knowing smile. Feel it glide down smooth and gentle, bringing light to every hidden corner of your being. It is the same oil that fueled ancient lamps, that anointed kings, that healed the wounded, and now it nourishes you. There is a saying that the olive tree never dies. It simply gives new branches to the next generation, and when you welcome its oil into your daily life, you are partaking in that same endless renewal. You are saying yes to longevity, to vitality, to the unbreakable bond between nature and the human spirit. For the woman who has given so much to her family, her work, her world, this golden oil gives something back. It restores energy. It calms the storms within. It reminds the body how to be alive again. It is not a luxury. It is a blessing. One drop, one spoonful, one quiet act of love at a time. Because real strength isn't about doing everything at once. It's about nourishing yourself so deeply that you can rise each day with grace, with softness, and with power. And that, my dear, is what olive oil has been doing for centuries. Helping women not just survive, but shine from the inside out. In the quiet moments of dawn, when the sky is still deciding between darkness and light, there is a story older than time itself. The story of peace carried on the wings of a dove. That dove did not return empty. In its beak it held an olive branch. A simple sign, yet one that spoke louder than thunder. It was the message every heart longs to hear: the storm is over. There, the olive tree became, from that moment, the living emblem of peace, renewal, and divine promise. And that same symbol still lives in every drop of olive oil that glistens in your hand. It is not just something to use, it is something to remember. Each time you pour it, you are reaching back across centuries, touching the same sacred story of hope that once floated over flood waters and found dry ground. When you anoint yourself with olive oil, you are doing more than caring for your skin or body. You are declaring calm over your spirit. You are saying, peace, be still, to every storm that rages within or around you. The olive tree does not grow fast. It takes patience, its roots dig deep, its trunk twists and endures the harshest winds, and yet it stands strong, beautiful, resilient. From its fruit comes the oil that kings were anointed with, that priests used in prayer, that mothers rubbed on their children to bless them. It was never just oil. It was faith made tangible. It was the physical form of a divine promise that life continues, that blessings flow, that peace will return. When you hold olive oil in your hands, you hold more than nourishment. You hold a symbol of survival. You hold what the earth offers when it forgives the storm. You hold the same peace that filled the homes of ancient believers who burned the oil in their lamps so their nights would not be consumed by darkness. The flame it fed was not just light, it was comfort, it was presence, it was God whispering, going, I am still here. Every time you use olive oil to cook, to anoint, to heal, to restore, you are part of that same eternal story. It becomes an act of prayer, even if no words are spoken. You may not be in a temple, but the moment you bless your body with that oil, you create one. You turn ordinary moments into sacred ones. You honor your being not out of vanity, but out of gratitude. For peace does not always come through grand gestures. Sometimes it flows quietly, like oil over tired hands, soothing what life has worn thin. There is a grace that comes when you understand this, when you realize that peace is not something you wait for, but something you practice. The olive oil teaches this truth. Its journey from tree to fruit, from press to bottle, from hand to skin. It is all patience, all gentleness, all transformation. It begins bitter, but through pressure, going through time, it becomes golden. And isn't that what life does to us too? We face pressure, we face weight, and somehow we emerge shining. So when you touch olive oil, remember, you are touching peace that has outlived empires, love that has outlasted war, and faith that has never faded. It is not merely for your body, it is for your spirit. It tells you that storms end, hearts heal, and that calm always finds its way back home. The olive oil has been carrying that message for thousands of years, and now it carries it to you. There comes a season in every woman's life when the world grows quieter and the mirror begins to speak in a new language, one written not in youth, but in wisdom. The face that looks back is not the same one that danced through the laughter of her 20s, nor the one that carried the dreams of her 30s. It is a different kind of beauty now. Not loud, not glittering, but deep, steady, and knowing. It is the beauty of a woman who has lived. Olive oil, in its golden simplicity, understands that kind of beauty. It does not fight time, it flows with it. It does not erase lines. It softens them with grace. The women of old knew this truth long before mirrors were kind and filters existed. They knew that aging was not a curse, but a crown. They anointed themselves not to look younger, but to feel blessed, to honor the years that had shaped them, to bless the skin that had protected them, to thank the body that had carried them through seasons of love, loss, and learning. When you open that small bottle of oil, you are not chasing youth, you are embracing grace. You are saying to the world, I am not finished. I am unfolding. There is a quiet power in that acceptance, in the way olive oil glides over your skin, filling it not with pretense, but with peace. It reminds you that every wrinkle has earned its place. Each one holds a memory, a smile shared, a night survived, a tear that taught you strength. These lines are not flaws, they are the map of your becoming. The olive tree itself lives to be hundreds, sometimes thousands of years old. It bears fruit even in rocky soil, even when the sun burns hot and the rain refuses to fall. It is not fragile, it is faithful. Its bark may twist, but its leaves may thin, but still it stands, still it gives, still it glows with life. So too does the woman who ages with grace. Her beauty may change form, but her spirit, her spirit only grows brighter. There is something divine about a woman who wears her years with pride. Going, she no longer measures her worth in mirrors but in moments. She no longer counts the years lost, but the wisdom gained. Olive oil is for that woman, the one who knows that youth is a fleeting flame, but grace is an eternal light. Each drop she applies becomes a blessing, a whisper that says, "Thank you, body, for walking this far with me." Going, "Thank you, time, for teaching me who I am." It is a sacred ritual, simple, slow, meaningful. The warm oil between your palms, the soft touch upon your skin. The deep breath as you look at yourself and see not what was, but what still is. You do not need to hide from the years. You only need to meet them with softness. Because true beauty has never been about the absence of age. It has always been about the presence of spirit going. And the spirit of a woman who embraces her golden years shines brighter than any youth ever could. She carries herself differently, with calm, with certainty, with joy that does not depend on approval. The olive oil only helps her remember what was always true, that she was made radiant, not just for a season, you're going, but for a lifetime. So let the world chase after youth if it must. You reach for the oil. You anoint yourself with gratitude, with patience, with love. You let the years rest gently on your shoulders like silk. Because grace, my dear, is the final and most powerful form of beauty. And olive oil, that humble golden gift, is its quiet companion through every chapter of your shining life. There is a quiet holiness in the small moments we give ourselves, the stillness before dawn, the hush after a long day, the gentle rituals that remind us we are alive. In those moments, the world slows, the noise fades, and the spirit finds room to breathe again. This is where the power of olive oil becomes something more than a remedy, more than a tradition. It becomes a ritual, a sacred act of renewal, a conversation between your hands and your heart. Picture this, the golden liquid resting in your palm, warm and glistening under the soft light. You rub your hands together slowly, letting the warmth awaken it, letting it remember the sun that gave it life. Then, with tenderness, you press it onto your face, your cheeks, your neck, your hands. You move slowly, not out of vanity, but reverence. With every stroke, you whisper gratitude for the body that carries you, for the years that have shaped you, for the strength that still remains. It is not just oil touching skin, it is love meeting itself. This small act each day is a prayer without words. It tells your body, I see you, I thank you, I care for you. The oil soaks in, softening what time has hardened, calming what life has stirred. It is the language of care, spoken without a single sound. The ancients called it anointing. And they were right. For in that touch lies healing, not just of the body, but of the soul. Every woman deserves that quiet moment, that return to herself. It takes only a few drops, a few breaths going, but what it gives in return is far greater. As the oil seeps in, going, it carries with it the strength of the olive tree, patient, enduring, full of life. Going, it carries peace to your spirit and gentleness to your heart. You begin to remember that care is not selfish, that slowing down is not weakness, that tending to yourself is not vanity. It is worship. Olive oil teaches us the art of consistency. It does not work through hurry or haste. It works through devotion, going each day, a drop each morning, a moment, and slowly, quietly, it transforms you. Your skin begins to glow not just with moisture, but with meaning. Your heart beats calmer. your spirit steadier. You stand taller, not because time has stopped, but because you have learned how to walk with it gracefully. This ritual of renewal is not bound by age or season. It belongs to every woman who has loved, endured, and risen again. It is a reminder that beauty is not found in youth alone, but in care, in patience, in presence, going. Each drop of olive oil carries the promise that every time you anoint yourself, you are beginning again. It is in the scent, soft and earthy, that your mind finds calm. It is in the texture, smooth and honest, that your body finds comfort. It is in the act itself, quiet and deliberate, that your soul finds peace. The oil becomes a mirror, reflecting back not the image of what you were, but the truth of who you are, resilient, going radiant and renewed. When you make this your daily ritual, this small moment of love, something sacred happens. You begin to glow from places deeper than the skin. The weariness lifts. The spirit softens. You find yourself smiling, not because of what the world sees, but because you feel whole within it. And in that wholeness, there is beauty beyond years, beyond measure, the kind of beauty that never fades. So take your time. Let every touch be slow. Let every drop be a blessing. Let the oil remind you that renewal is always possible. That grace is not a miracle reserved for a few, but a rhythm available to all who pause and receive. For every woman who chooses this ritual, not out of habit, but from the heart, finds that the olive oil does more than nurture the body. It reawakens the soul, going and whispers gently, you are still radiant, and you always will be. And now, my sisters, as we reach the end of this journey, remember this: the secret has never truly been hidden. It has been waiting in the roots of an ancient tree, in the softness of a single drop of golden oil, in the faith of women who refused to let time steal their light. The olive oil was never just for the body, it was for the spirit. It was heaven's way of saying, you're still chosen, you are still beautiful, you are still whole. So the next time you reach for that bottle, don't just see oil. See legacy, see strength, see the divine truth that age is not the fading of beauty, but the deepening of it. You are the continuation of a sacred story, one that began in the olive groves of the Holy Land and now lives through you. You're going through every act of care, every touch of grace, every moment of renewal. Let this golden oil remind you that you were made with purpose, shaped with wisdom, and crowned with timeless light. Let it remind you that your beauty has never depended on youth. It has always flowed from within. And before you go, my dear, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because there are more ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered. More blessings wrapped in the ordinary. More truths that will help you live radiant and whole. Stay till the end, watch every story, and let your light keep shining. Because you, beloved woman, are the living proof of the olive tree, strong, enduring, and forever filled with grace.